What are some key considerations that should be taken into account when it comes to valuations of an M&A deal?
Another great question. We've been talking about valuation for, well, since the famous 1961 Franco Modigliani, Merton Miller paper in the Journal of Business, where they showed the equivalence between discounted cash flow and what they call the investment opportunities approach, which later became known as EVA, or economic value added. So there's still no substitute for a discounted cash flow model because it's theoretically makes sense. And think about what you're trying to do. You're trying to look at the growth trajectory in your revenue, the stability of your margins, your tax rates, and then the additional investments are going to be required either in working capital or CapEx. So those are the, that drives your free cash flows. From a DCF perspective, the sort of, I don't know if it's the law, but my rule is don't mix up synergies with valuing the standalone company. It's a base case, and then the synergies are an overlay. And be very careful about what you start to do in a 10-year model. You might just smooth a little bit more revenue growth in years 5, 6, 7, 8, and then they're in a terminal value that's perpetual. So you have to be very, very careful about the small assumptions that you make in a DCF model because they're very sensitive to small changes. I think the big takeaway, and it's a consistent takeaway throughout, is don't mix up synergies with what's already expected. From an economic value perspective, and this is where, from an economic value added perspective, and this is one of the things we spend a lot of time on in the book and in practice, is whatever value you get there, kind of flip it on its head or look at it however you see it, look at the mirror image of it, and turn that synergy number into a 3-year ramp up. Like, given what you're valuing the synergies at, let's see what that looks like in a 3-year ramp up. And you might be shocked about what you're actually promising if you turn that into a 3-year ramp up till you get to a level run rate over time.